Topic 3, Part 2, Governance and Strategic Planning for Security. Security Convergence and Security Systems Development Life Cycle. The convergence of security-related governance in organizations has been observed since the broad deployment of information systems began in the 1970s and 1980s. Industry media have discussed the issues surrounding this merging of management accountability in the areas of corporate physical security, corporate risk management, computer security, network security, and information security as such trends wax and waned over the years. A 2007 report commissioned by the Alliance for Enterprise Security Risk Management identified the key approaches organizations are using to achieve unified enterprise risk management. This includes combining physical security and information security under one leader as one business function, using separate business functions, each with a separate budget and autonomy that report to a common senior executive, and using a risk council approach to provide a collaborative method for risk management to set policy about assuming risk to the organization. A 2015 study of information security management practices found that most larger organizations still keep physical and information security efforts segregated, even with significant collaboration, while full integration is much more common in smaller organizations. This slide illustrates the variety of security convergence across organizational size. The CIO and CISO play important roles in translating overall strategic planning into tactical and operational information security plans. When the CISO reports directly to the CIO charges the CISO and other IT department heads with creating and adopting plans that are consistent with and supportive of the IT strategy as it supports the entire organizational strategy. It falls upon the CISO to go beyond the plans and efforts of the IT group to ensure that the information security plan also directly supports the entire organization and the strategies of other business units beyond the scope of the IT plan. The CISO creates a strategic information security plan with a vision for the future of information security at their company. They understand the fundamental business activities performed by the company and, based on this understanding, suggest appropriate information security solutions that uniquely protect these activities. They also develop action plans, schedules, budgets, status reports, and other top management communications intended to improve the status of information security at their company. Once the plan has been translated into IT and information security objectives and tactical and operational plans, information security implementation can begin. Implementation of information security can be accomplished in two ways, bottom-up or top-down. This slide illustrates top-down versus bottom-up approaches to information security implementation. The systems development life cycle is a methodology for the design and implementation of an information system. SDLC-based projects may be initiated by events or planned. At the end of each phase, a review occurs when reviewers determine if the project should be continued, discontinued, outsourced, or postponed. The security systems development life cycle may differ in several specifics, but the overall methodology is similar to the SDLC. The security SDLC process involves the identification of specific threats and the risks that they represent, as well as the subsequent design and implementation of specific controls to counter those threats and manage the risk. This slide illustrates the security SDLC waterfall methodology. It is somewhat iterative, although it follows a 6-step plan. Investigation often begins as a directive from management specifying the process, outcomes, and goals of the project and its budget. It frequently begins with the affirmation or creation of security policies. Teams are then assembled to analyze problems, define scope, specify goals, and identify constraints. A feasibility analysis determines whether the organization has the resources and commitment to conduct a successful security analysis and design. A preliminary analysis of existing security policies or programs is prepared, along with known threats and associated controls. This includes an analysis of relevant legal issues that could affect the design of the security solution. Risk management begins in this stage. The design phase actually consists of 2 distinct phases. In the logical design phase, team members create and develop a blueprint for security and examine and implement key policies. In the physical design phase, team members evaluate the technology needed to support the security blueprint, generate alternative solutions, and agree upon a final design. The design phase continues with the formulation of the controls and safeguards used to protect information from attacks by threats. There are 3 categories of controls. Managerial controls cover security processes that are designed by the strategic planners and executed by the security administration of the organization. Operational controls cover management functions and lower-level planning, such as disaster recovery and incident response planning, as well as addressing personal security, physical security, and the protection of production inputs and outputs. Technical controls address technical approaches used to implement security in the organization and must be selected, acquired, and integrated into the organization's IT structure. Security solutions are acquired, tested, implemented, and then tested again. Personnel issues are evaluated and specific training and education programs conducted. Perhaps the most important element of the implementation phase is the management of the project plan. Planning the project, supervising the tasks and action steps within the project, and wrapping up the project. The information security project team should consist of individuals experienced in one or multiple technical and non-technical areas, including the champion, the team leader, security policy developers, risk assessment specialists, security professionals, system administrators, and end users. Each organization should examine the options for staffing of the information security function. First, they decide how to position and name the security function. Second, they plan for the proper staffing of the information security function. Third, they understand the impact of information security across every role in information technology. And finally, they integrate solid information security concepts into the personnel management practices of the organization. It takes a wide range of professionals to support a diverse information security program. This includes the Chief Information Officer, the Chief Security Officer, the Chief Information Security Officer, security managers, security technicians, data owners, data custodians, and data users. Once the information security program is implemented, it must be operated, properly managed, and kept up to date by means of established procedures. If the program is not adjusting adequately to the changes in the internal or external environment, it may be necessary to begin the cycle again. While a systems management model is designed to manage and operate systems, a maintenance model is intended to focus organizational effort on system maintenance. This includes external monitoring, internal monitoring, planning and risk assessment, vulnerability assessment and remediation, readiness and review, and vulnerability assessment. This slide illustrates the various parts of a systems maintenance model.